So we have gathered here for Python. So our main agenda for today's session would be learn about Python, a complete introduction of Python, what by what exactly Python is, who exactly use Python, and what different features of Python, what are different types of operator, variables, data types, flow controls, structure, module, okay, and somewhat advanced level of projects of Python. Okay, so first of all, we'll get clarity of what Python is, and then we'll see the hands-on coding about Python. Okay, so Python, as you know, it's a object-oriented programming language. Okay, so what is object-oriented programming language? Anyone of you? Object-oriented programming, OOPS, is a computerized programming model that organizes software design around your data. It should be an object, okay, rather than a function and logic. An object can be defined as a data field that has unique attributes and behavior. Okay, so Python is an object-oriented programming language. It's based on Java structure. Okay, so Python, it is a high-level language also. Why this is called a high-level language? Because the syntax written here in Python are very much similar to English line. So that is why this is called a high-level language. And it is also process-oriented language. Python is very easy to learn. It uses very short line of coding. Okay. Then what is process-oriented programming language? It's a model which is derived from structured programming based upon the concept of calling procedure. Okay. Again, Python is a interpreted language. What is interpreted language? Anyone of you? An interpreted language is yes.
It executes code line by line. That's why it's called as interpreted language.
Yeah, an interpreted language is the language in which implementation executes instruction directly without earlier compiling a program into machine language. Okay. Actually, Python is not directly an interpreted language. It's partially interpreted and partially compiled language. Then what is compiled language? A compiled language is a programming language whose implementation are typically compilers and not interpreters. Okay, then what is compiler? What is compiler?
Compiler is a medium to change the high-level language to the object.
Yeah, a compiler is a special program that processes statements written in particular programming language and turns them into a which language? Machine language. Okay. So Python is an object-oriented language, process-oriented language. This is a high-level language, and it's partially interpreted and partially compiled language. Okay. Now Python is also based on the same principle of Java. Okay, it was on the same principle in Java as we seen in object-oriented programming in Java itself, and that the Python is all about. Okay, now let's get an idea about who using Python. Who is using Python actually? The most popular application, you know, YouTube. There is YouTube. So YouTube is also known as written on Python itself, right? So that's why we know YouTube is a most efficient streaming service. YouTube provides us most efficient streaming services. And then why? Because again, it is mainly built on the top of Python using other consoles for big data. So that's the entire streaming is done smoothly and without any kind of issues. Okay, Google is also there. Google is also using Python in making sure its end of web stuff, its entire web stuff system are put in place working properly. As if you ask a question to Google, it is showing us our output very quickly. Okay, so Google is also written on which language? Python language. Dropbox is also there. Okay, Dropbox is also there. It's using Python language. Dropbox is also written on Python language. Okay. We have also Raspberry Pi. It's a simple. It's also simple as also a single board computerized application. Okay, it's also written on Python. So I think you got a basic idea about Python. So Python is a general purpose programming language that is often applied in scripting role also. Python is Python is a programming language as also as known as scripting language. Then what is scripting language? What is scripting language? A scripting language or a script language is a programming language for a runtime system that automates the execution of tasks that would otherwise be performed individually by a human operator. Suppose you are going to there is a registration form for you. There is a registration form for you. If you are going to submit your data, then you are going to input your data. Okay, then click on submit button. It is showing you a pop-up like register successfully. Some pop-up like that. That is called scripting language. Okay. So Python is also called the interpreter language. We have also completed this thing. Actually, Python is not interpreter language. It's partially interpreter and partially compiled language. Okay. So the difference between scripting language and programming language. A program is executed source is first compiled and then result of that compilation is executed. Okay, a program is generally is a sequence of instructions written on a computer can be perform certain tasks. Okay, so that is the difference between scripting language and programming language. Okay, history of Python. This man, Guido van Rossum, developed Python in 1980 while he was working at Netherlands. Okay, Python was developed by 1980 by Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum is a fan of Monty Python Flying Circus. So the Python is derived from this television show, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Okay, so it's a open source language, open source from the beginning. Python is an open source language. Okay, so this is the introduction about this man. Okay, why was Python created? Why was Python created? Scope of Python: science, biometrics, system administration, Unix, web logic, WebSphere, web application development, CGI. Okay, we can also develop game by using Python. Android development also can be done by Python. Okay, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also there IoT. Okay, these are the scopes of Python. Okay, why do people use Python? These are the things we have covered. Python is a object-oriented language. Okay, and indentation. As you know, if you are going to C branch, you have an idea about what is indentation. Okay, it's free, open source. Downloading and installing Python is free, and easy source code is easily accessible. Okay, so its power. What is the power of Python? Dynamic typing, built-in type and tools, library utilities. Python has a very huge amount of library. Okay, Python has a very huge amount of library. Okay, third-party utilities, automatic memory management, Okay. So these are all things about Python. So I'm going to show you how to install Python. These are the basics of Python. We are going to cover up some hands-on coding about Python. Okay. Then we are going to install a Python. How to install a Python? I'm going
इसको
to.
आ रहा है मेरे को आ रहा है
Sorry.
इसका आ रहा है मेरे पीछे इसको
Okay.
बंद
Then
करता हूँ
go.
मुझे नहीं देखना
Then go to your browser. Okay. Just type download Python. Then from this site www.python.org, you can download your Python by clicking here. Okay. According to your machine, if it's a Windows, Linux, whatever it may be, you can download Python from this side. Okay. So click here, download that. Already I have Python in my system, so I'm not going to reinstall it again. Okay. So I have already Python in my system. So we need also text editor to program our code. Okay. Also we have Notepad. Notepad is here. Notepad is a text editor. As you know, Notepad is a text editor. There's some inbuilt idle for Python. This one is idle. Okay. Here we can do our coding. Okay, like this. Dent hello world. Okay. This is the idle we can use to do our code for Python. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. So after you install this Python, I am going to install a text editor like Visual Studio, VS Code. VS Code download. VS means Visual Studio. Visual Studio Code. Okay. So from this site, https code.visualstudio.com, I can download my text editor Visual Studio from here. Okay. You can download here. Yes, Visual Studio Code. Okay. Already I have also just read out. Okay. Already I have Visual Studio Code in my system. So I'm not going also to download it once again. So I'm going to open my Visual Studio. Okay. Then how to use Visual Studio? Do you have any idea how to use Visual Studio? Anyone of you? Anyone of you? Do you have any idea about Visual Studio? How to use that? Okay. Then I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. This is a folder, Python folder. I have created a Python folder here. Okay. I'm going to open this Python in my text editor Visual Studio. Okay, Aman Kumar Singh. Nabor, I'm going to show you. Okay. So this one is my Visual Studio. After I install my Visual Studio, I will go here and search VS Code. So this one is my Visual Studio. Okay, open that. Then go to this file. Okay. Then go to this file. Then open the folder. Open the folder. Okay. Then where is our folder? Our folder was in our desktop. Okay. So I am opening a new window. Okay. New window. So from here, I'm going to file. then open folder. Okay, then I'm going to desktop. Then what was my folder name? Python. So select folder. As you can see, Python is here. We have opened the folder in our text editor Visual Studio Code. Okay, so this one is Python folder. How to create a file? First of all, I'm going to delete this one. Okay, so how to create a file? Just go to this folder, then click here. Okay, then name your file. Okay, it should be a random name, whatever it may be. Suppose I'm typing class dot py. Py. What is py? Py is just our extension for Python. Please be muted. Please be muted. Py dot py is the extension for our Python file. This one dot py. Dot py is the extension for Python file. Okay. So this is the process how to install your Python. Okay. Again, in this Visual Studio Code, I'm going to this extension folder. Okay. Here you have to install code runner first. Search your code runner, then install that. I have already installed code runner here. Okay. So in your Visual Studio Code, install code runner. Okay. Then search for Python. Search for Python. Okay. Python is here. Also install this one. I have already installed. Okay. So install code runner and Python. Okay. Install code runner and Python. Okay. So this is the file I have created. As you can see, I have created class.py. If I'm going to this folder, this one is our file we have created for Visual Studio Code class. If I want to open a which one? This one. Open a new file. Also, I can type class 1.py. Okay. As you can see, our file is ready. We have created two files here. If I'm going to here, as you can see, I have created a new file inside this folder, which folder? Python folder. Okay. So this is the process how to use Visual Studio Code. Is that clear? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay, okay. Okay. So I'm going to show you. How to declare a variable in Python. How to declare a variable in Python. A is equal to 10. Here, A is a variable. A is a variable and 10 is the value assigned in this variable. The variable name is A. Okay. So there are two types of variables. Here. First one is local variable and second one is global variable. Okay. Then what is the difference between local variable and global variable? This is the process to declare a variable. Variable is just an identifier. Okay, this is the name of variable A and this is the value. Suppose I am going to declare another variable. I am declaring name. Name is equal to I am going to put value someone. Okay. So here name is also a variable and someone is also a variable. Okay. Then the difference between local and global variable are local variable is declared inside the function. Okay. That variable can use only for that function. Okay. Global variable are declared out of the function. Means global variable is not in any function. Okay. Global variable is not inside any function. Local variable is declared inside a function. So which variable is declared inside a function? That is called local variable, and the function declared outside of a the variable declared outside of a function that is called global variable. Is that clear? About variable, there are two types of variable: local variable and global variable. The variable declared inside a function that is called local variable. The variable declared outside a function that is called what? Global variable. So this one is written outside a function. There is no function here. So this one is called, yeah. I'm going to print a. Print a. What is the value of a? Value is 10. So if I'm going to print this one, as you can see, our output is 10 here. In a terminal, our output is 10. Okay. So we cannot declare a variable name repeated. Suppose I am typing here a is equal to 20. Then I'm going to print the first day and second day. What will be the output? Can anyone imagine what will be the output? For this print 6th number line and this print 7th number line. What will be the output? Anyone please guess? Yes, 2020. Why? Because we have declared two variables with the same name. So this variable is now valueless. The value is updated to 20. Okay. So our value is 20 now. Okay. Then I'm going to define a function. Okay. So there is a result keyword def that is used to declare a function. Okay. Then the function name is x. Okay. The function name is x. Okay. So I have declared a function here. If I am going to use this a variable inside this function, is it going to work? Yes. Why? Because this one is a global variable. Okay. A. Print a. Okay. So if I'm going to run this program, it will not show us any output. Why it is not showing any output? Because we have defined a function. We have to call that function to see your result. Okay. So we are calling your function x. As you can see, we have the output is now 10 as the variable is 10. So this one is a global variable. We can use this variable for multiple functions. Suppose I am going to declare another function here. Okay. So this one is another function. I'm going to change the name y. Okay. I'm going to call that function y. Okay. If I'm going to run my file, as you can see, there are two outputs 10 and 10. First output for is x function, second output is for y function. Okay. Suppose I'm going to declare this function in this variable inside this function. Okay. Now this one is called local variable because the variable is inside a function. This one is called what? Local variable. Okay. If I'm going to run this file, then as you can see, it is showing us the first result 10 and second result as an error. It is showing us an error because there is no variable a for this function. If I am going to declare a variable, the variable is 20. Then what will be the value for this x and for this y? Please give me the answer. What will the output for this x function and for this y function? What will the output? Yeah, x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. Correct. Because it is defined inside the function. So if our variable is defined inside a function, we can repeatedly take the same name for different variables. Okay. Yeah, 10 and 20. Okay. As you can see, output is 10 and 20. Okay. So this is the thing about what? Variable and function. Okay. So I'm going to show you something. There are some data types in my Python. Okay, there are different data types in our Python. Okay, suppose a equal to what? Name. A is equal to name. Okay, a is equal to name. Then what is the data type here? What is the data type? It's a string, because inside a single quote or double quote, what is written, that is called a string. Okay. For text type we are using string. Okay. Suppose I am going to take it inside a single quote. Okay. Inside a single quote, this is also a string. Inside singular, double quote, whatever it may be, it's a string type. Then if I'm going to type a 20, then what is this? It's also a string, because 20 is inside single quote. So this one is a string. For for numeric type, there are three: the type integer, float, and complex. Okay, suppose I'm declaring another variable. This one is 10. 10. Okay. Then this one is 10. Okay. Then what is the data type here? Integer. Okay. Data type here is integer. Okay. If I'm going to type 10.5, then what is the data type here? Float. So I'm typing like this: 5 plus 3z. What is this? This is a complex number. So data type is complex. This one is the 5 is the what? Real part, and 3 is the imaginary part. 3 is the imaginary part. Okay. If I'm going to check the data type, how to check the data type? I'm going to print. Print is a predefined function here. The function defined by Python before, that is called predefined or inbuilt function. The function defined by the user, that is called user-defined function. Okay. So there is another predefined function, type. Type is also here. Type of A, I'm going to print type of A. What is the data type? String. So it will give the output as a string. This one, string. Okay. String. If I'm going to remove this quotation from here, so what will the output? It's a integer. Okay. If I'm going to type 0.5, then it will be a float. Okay. If I'm going to print the type of B, what will the data type here? It will be a complex number for this one, complex data type. Okay. Then sequence type. For sequence type, we have to declare list, tuple, range, something like that. Okay, list, tuple, range. Okay. Then the same way, what is list? To declare multiple values in a single column, a single variable, that is called list. Okay. Yeah, intent. Okay. To declare multiple values in a single variable, that is called list. A set of values. A set of values. If you want to provide a set of values, that is called what? List. Okay. Suppose I'm going to remove these things. Okay. Declaring a variable is equal to list. Then inside out bracket, we'll take our country name India. Then another country name USA. Okay. Then another country name Canada. Okay. If I want to print the type of A, it will show us the type is list. Okay. If I'm going to simply print this a variable. And it will show us the output like a list item. Okay, so this one is a list. Okay, this one is a list. Then what is tuple then? If I'm going to print this one, tuple, as you can see, this is also showing you something like list. It's also have set up data collection. Okay. Then the difference between, okay, I'm going to say you what is range. No, forget about range for right now. Okay. Then what is the difference between list and tuple? List starts with the square bracket and what? Our tuple starts with a round bracket. Okay. So there are many data types like for sequence type, tuple, list, range, for mapping type, dict, for set type, set, present set, for boolean type, bool. Okay. For binary type, bytes, bytes array, and memory view. Okay. These are the things about data types. Okay. Then I want to show you. Suppose a is equal to 10. Okay. Suppose, sorry, a is equal to 10. How to do data conversion? Data conversion. Okay. Suppose this one is a data type conversion. Okay. This one is now an integer. I want to convert it into a string. Okay. There is a function like string str. Then the variable name a. I want to convert the variable a into a string. So the 10 data given here, value assigned here, it will be a string right now. For now, it will be a string like this string. Okay, string. I want to now I want to print the type of what b. Type of b. What will the output? It will be a string. Okay. Suppose this one is your string value. This one is a string value. How to convert that into an integer? Simply int integer function. If I am going to run this one, our data type is integer. So by this way, we can do our data type conversion. Okay. I don't know what is the version of this Python. Let me check. Okay, it's working or not. Suppose x is equal to, I am creating an input field. Okay. If the Python is above 3 point something, it is going to work. Otherwise, it is not going to work. Okay. Input enter number. Enter number. I'm going to print x. Run this one. Enter number. No, it's not working actually. Okay. It is actually not working. If I'm going to type here int, inside int, I want to type our input. Let's check. No, it's not working. Then the Python version is not correct. Okay. We can install the Python version more than 3. It is going to work. Okay. Then 2 in Python version below 3, there is a raw input, round square input. Okay. So I'm going to show you like this. Suppose a is equal to 10. Okay. B is equal to 20. Okay. Now, what is the data type for A? It's a string, and the data type for B, it's also a string. So I want to print A plus B. Plus is the operator here. Okay, A plus B. What will be our output? What is the output here? Yes?
30.
No, not 30. Not 30. It's 10, 20. It's 10 and 20. Okay, 10 and 20. Okay. If I'm going to show you, it's 10, 20. It is not adding 10 to 20 because it's a string. We cannot add a string. Okay, if it's a integer, the data type is integer. If I'm going to add these two things, then our output will be 30. Okay, our output will be 30. Okay, if it's an integer, okay, then how to if it's a string, then how to convert that into an integer? Then use a plus operator. I'm declaring another variable double A is equal to int integer of A. I have converted this data, this string data, to an integer here in double A variable. Okay. Again, I'm creating another variable double B is equal to integer of B. I have converted the value which is assigned inside the variable B into an integer. If I'm now going to add A double A plus double B, then our value will be 30. Okay. As you can see, our value is 30. Is that clear? So this one is called data type conversion. Data type conversion. Okay. So why it so gives us the output 1020? That is the main point. Why it is showing us the output 1020? If I am going to print A plus B. Okay. As you know, we cannot add an integer. Then it should be an error. Right or wrong? We cannot add any integer. Then it should be an error. Then why it is showing us 1020? Why? Instead of showing us an error, because the plus operator is also used here for concatenation. Concatenation. Do you have any idea about concatenation? What is concatenation?
Matching of two different characters.
Yeah, to concatenate multiple values. To concatenate multiple values. Suppose I have here a variable A is equal to someone. Okay, someone. This is our user. The user here inserted. The user has inserted his name. Someone. Okay. I am going to show him a message welcome, then by his name. Okay, welcome someone. Now can we print then inside a singular double quote we are going to type a string welcome, then the plus operator, then inside singular double quote we are going to take a space. So we have concatenated a space here also. Then plus, then for the variable name A. Okay, if I'm going to print this one, this is showing us welcome someone. Means we have concatenated welcome and this space with this variable, the value of this variable. Okay, we can also use like this comma A. If we're going to use like this, it is showing us welcome someone. So these are the two ways to do concatenation in your Python. Okay. Okay, is that clear? Okay, I think we're clear about this concatenation, data type conversion, and data type, variable, and function. Okay. Then we are going to know how many types of operator are there. Operator are there in Python. Okay. Python. Am I audible, class? Okay. So first one is there are arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison operator. Okay. There are arithmetic operator, assignment operator.
Sir,
What is that noise? Hello? Hello, hello? Am I audible? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So there are some operator like this. Arithmetic operator. Okay. Then what is this hash symbol here? This is used to comment something. Okay. Comment something. Hash is used for comments. Yeah. Okay. Then comparison operator. Then logical operator. Okay. Then identity operator. Okay. Then membership operator. Can we have bitwise operator? Okay. Then we have bitwise operator. For arithmetic operator, we are using some symbol like this. What? Plus, addition, minus,
Assignment
subtraction.
operator.
Sorry? Hello? Okay. Plus, minus. Then we are going to use this star for multiplication.
Assignment operator, sir.
Assignment operator, arithmetic, comparison, logical, identity. Yeah, assignment operator is also there. Okay. Assignment operator. Assignment operator is also there. So plus, minus, and multiplication, division. This one is called, this percentage is called modulus. Okay. Floor division. Floor division. Then floor multiplication or exponential operator. Okay. I'm going to take A is equal to 20. Then B is equal to 10. Okay. If I'm going to add this thing, print A plus B, A plus B. Okay. Then print A minus B. Okay. A multiplication of B. Then division. Okay. Then what? Modulo. Okay. Then floor division. Then exponential or 4 multiplication. Okay. This one should be 4 into 2. If I'm going to, this is the result. It is showing as the result. A plus b is equal to 4 plus 2, 6. 4 minus 2. 2, 4 into 2 is equal to 8. Then 4 division b is equal to 2.0. Okay, this is giving us a floating value. Okay, modulo means it's giving us the remainder. If we are going to divide 4 by 2, the remainder is 0. Okay, so it is giving us the remainder. Okay, then floor division, it is showing us the output 2 is it's an integer. Okay, then exponential means it is giving us the to the power, means 4 to the power 2, 4 square is equal to 16. If it is 3, then what is the value? 16 into 4, 64. Okay, so this is our arithmetic operator. Okay, so we are coming to assignment operator. Okay, assignment operator. Okay. Suppose in assignment operator there are, I will remove these things. There are something like this is equal to means it's a assignment operator, value assigning operator, as we are doing here, like a is equal to 10. So this is equal to is a assigning operator. Okay, value assigning operator. Again we have what? Plus equal to. Okay, what is means plus is equal to? Then we have minus equal to. Minus equal to. We have also like this. Okay. Something like this. Okay. This means if I have a variable, value is 4. Okay. Again, I have a variable. What? Again, I have a variable, value is 2. Okay, value is 2. Suppose remove this one. Okay. Suppose I'm declaring the first variable. I'm going to print what? Print what? Okay. A. I'm going to do that like this. A plus is equal to 3. Okay. Then print what? A. Then what will be the value? Value is 7. Why? Because this means this line is A is equal to A plus 3. A is equal to A plus 3. This plus is equal to means is equal to A is equal to A plus 3. So minus is equal to means A is equal to A minus 3, like this. Okay. So this star equal to means A is equal to A multiply 3, and this one is A divided by 3 modulo 3, floor division 3, and exponential 3. Okay, this one. This one means A is equal to A is equal to 3, like this. Okay. If I'm going to print this one, it is showing us the result 64. As you can see, our output is 64. Okay. So if I'm going to remove these things, there are some comparison operator like double is equal to is used to compare data. Compare data. Like this, we can use like this. A is equal to 10. The variable A having the value 10. Okay. Then B is equal to 20. B is equal to 20. I'm going to use some if else statement here. If A is equal to B, then print what? Print true. Correct. Okay. If A is equal to B, means if the value of A is similar to the value of B, it is showing us correct. Otherwise, it will show us wrong. Okay. So what will be our output? Output is wrong. As you can see, our output is wrong. So if I'm going to assign the same value here, it is showing us correct. Okay. Again, greater than equal to also there, greater than equal to, less than equal to. What is the meaning? What will the output here right now? What will be the output? Correct. Output will be correct because here is written A is greater than or equal. So A is not greater than B, but A is equal to B. So our output will be correct. Okay. If I'm going to remove this thing, A greater than B, then our output will be wrong. Okay. Like this, we have also less than equal to, and we have also not equal to also there. Okay. So there are many types of operators in Python. Okay, there are many types of operator in Python. Okay. Any doubt, class? Any doubt?
No, sir, no doubts.
Okay. So this is our session all about introduction of Python. There are many more things in Python. Okay. In a regular class, we're going to learn what are the. In a regular class, we are going to learn from basic Python to advanced level Python, how to develop a what crowd operation. Do you have any idea about crowd operation? Crowd operation? Do you have any idea about crowd operation? What is crowd operation? Okay, let me show you what is crowd operation. Just a minute. I'm just opening my file. Just a minute. Okay. So, okay, no message till now. So you don't have any idea about crowd operation, right? Crowd means C for create. Okay. R for read. Yes. C for create, R for read, U for update, and D for delete. Okay. This is the full form of crowd operation. So we are going to do a project like database insert and update the data. Okay, update the data and delete the data and fetch the data. What is database then? Database is the thing where we are going to store the data of our user. So in Python, there are many things like comments, variable, data types, numbers, casting, string casting, booleans, operator list, tuple, something like that, dictionary, if-else statement also there. Okay, and loops are also there. While for do loops, functions, lambda is also there in Python. Array, classes and objects, inheritance. Okay, iterates, scope, modules, date, method, function, math method, JSON, regex, peak, export. Okay, input, user input, Okay, what is input? Okay, what is raw input? Also are there. Okay, string formatting also there. So in Python, file handling, we can also learn how to handle a file, read file, write file. Okay, I'm going to show you actually right now to you all students. Okay, so let me show you. We're also going to develop a game by using Python. Also, we are going to develop a chat application like WhatsApp, okay, like WhatsApp, and somewhat e-commerce site like what Amazon. Okay, so these all are our projects. Okay. So I'm going to show you. So these are the things about dot operations. I have written an insert function here, a delete function here, a update function here, something like that. This is the I have declared a root geometry, title for something like that. I have created some input field and buttons and labels, and this one is the closing button of our root. Okay, if I'm going to click here, this is showing you this is showing you input box. Okay, before I show you, I want to show you what is our database. Okay, this is a local text actually, MySQL. If I'm going to start this server Apache and MySQL is your database. Okay, go to your browser, then write localhost. Okay, localhost, then go to PHP management. Here is your database. Here is your database. These are the database information, schema, MyPython, MySQL, performance schema. These are the database. So which database I have used here? If I'll go to my coding, this one. So I have connected the database. Database name is MyPython. I have connected here MyPython. So where is MyPython? This one is MyPython. So inside this, I have a table MyPython. Okay. Here is the ID. We have created some column ID, name, email, and number. Okay. Then how to control that database? We can directly create a database by clicking here new. Then the database name. After that, we can create a table here. Okay. Otherwise, we can take a help of cmd command prompt command. Then we'll type cd then the path name. Then cd what is the software jump. Inside that we have MySQL. Inside that we have bin. Okay, then how to connect with your MySQL database? MySQL, then user is by default root. Okay, then password is blank. We can set a password also here. Host is localhost. Okay, do you have any idea about this database? How to access data, how to fetch data, how to create database? If you have any idea, then we can skip and we can go ahead. Otherwise, we can continue with this one. Okay, we have connected with our MySQL database right now. Okay, I'm going to create database. The database name. What? Then the database name. Suppose I'm creating class, Python class. So as you can see, we have created a database. Then how to check the database? So show us database. So this is the query to check the database. So as you can see, where is Python class? This one. We have created a new database here. Python class. Where is Python class? Not here. So I'm going to replace this one. As you can see, this one is your database we have created by command. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. Use, as you can see, the database is known now. Here the database is known. If I'm going to use database, what is the database name? Python class. Okay, Python class. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Python class is now. We are now using Python class. Okay. Then I'm going to select that database. This is the another query. Database is the function. Okay. As you can see, we have selected that database, Python class. Okay. In between all these database, we are only using this database, Python class. Okay. Then I'm going to create table. Okay. Then the table name class_1. Okay. This is my table name. I'm going to create some column for ID. ID is equal to the data type is integer. Length is 20. Okay. Again, I'm going to, what are the idea here? This was my Python. We said this, we have table, ID, name, email, and number. Okay, ID, name, email, and number. Okay. Then I'm going to create the name. The data type for name should be varchar. Data run. Varchar. Then I'm going to create the value, the length, because I don't think the length of a person name should be more than 40. Okay. Length, then after that we have email. Okay. Then I'm going to type email. Email also we have varchar. Varchar. Length of email is 40. Okay. And comma. Then last one is number. For number we are going to use that type begin. So phone number is always 10 digits. Okay. I'm going to close the bracket, then second close. As you can see, query okay, the rows affected. If I'm going to display the table, display what is the name of the table? Class one. Then as you can see, I have created a table here, ID, name, email, and number. If I'm going to here Python class, as you can see, there is a table like class one. It is also ID, name, email, and number. So there are many things in your database. We cannot cover it in this session. Okay. So let's go ahead. I want to show you what is crowd operation actually. What is crowd operation? So I'm going to this my Python, then my Python table. As you can see, one data is here. Here is only one data. Okay. Here is only one data. Okay. Then on this file, we have a form here, input form here. I'm going to take my ID is equal to 4. Okay. The name is equal to Python. Okay. Name is equal to Python. Email is equal to python@gmail.com. Okay. Then phone number is equal to 720-555-6, something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. If I'm going to submit this one, as you can see, inserted successfully. This is showing us a performance is like inserted successfully. Okay. Inserted successfully. If I'm going to submit this thing by blank, instead of putting any data here, if I'm going to simply click this submit button, it is showing us all fields are required to be submitted. Means we have done validation here. Okay, no user can put a empty data into our database. That is called validation. Okay. As you can see, it's an error. Okay. So if I'm going to check my, if I'm going to check my database, as you can see, here is ID 4. and name Python. We have inserted it right now. Okay, python@gmail.com and the phone number. Okay. If I want to delete this ID2, if I want to delete this data, okay, delete this data, then I am going to type here ID, which ID2, then deleted successfully. If I am going to simply click here, ID is compulsory for delete. Okay. We're going to our database. Refresh this one. As you can see, the data in ID2 has been removed from our database. Okay. So I want to suppose I feel like that this is my wrong. The name is incorrect here. I have inserted. Okay. I want to edit my name. Edit my name. Okay. So it is equal to 4 and name is equal to python.py. Okay. Email is equal to python.py at gmail.com. Okay, and phone number is something like this. Okay, something like this. As you can see, our name is Python now. Python@gmail.com is our email ID, and this is our number. If I am going to update this one, updated successfully. Okay, if this is blank, I am going to click here. All fields are required. Okay, so we have also done validation. If we want to do update, so no one can edit our data with a blank field. Okay. So as you can see, if I'm going to refresh this one, as you can see, python.py at gmail.com, and phone number, all things are updated. So this is our intersection.